Hello, how are we? It's me, and I'm back for a vlog, and also kind of an update on going abroad. I just wanted to just talk about it. Now, as I mentioned in some previous vlogs, um, I've said that, I've been saying a couple times that me and my good bud Smithy were thinking of going abroad again this year. Obviously, we've been to Spain a couple times, actually three times in total. We've been to Benidorm, we've been to a place called Salou. Not many people really know where that is. We didn't even know about it. It was just one of those. Yeah, we went to the travel agent and it came up as a suggestion. We thought, why not? We'll try it. And then we went to last year Benamadina, or Benamadina, as the English call it, but it's actually pronounced Benamadina in Spain. And it's on Costa del Sol sort of area. And yeah, so we've been to Spain a couple of times, and we're starting to get a little bit bored of Spain, because even though Benamadina was, for, I think me and Smithy, we had a better time there. There was a lot more to do. There was a lot more to do, and it was much more picturesque, and it was much more as well traditionally Spanish as well. Because when we go abroad, or the whole idea of whenever we go to another country, is we like to do sightseeing. We like to really kind of get involved with the local people. That is just what we like to do. So yeah, it's just even though we've had a good, we've been to Spain a couple times over the years. We wanted to go somewhere different, and we was really kind of unsure. We've been unsure about where we want to go. We was thinking about a couple of different destinations, and Smithy suggested a complete wild card of an idea about America. And I thought America would be like, no way, because it's just going to be way too expensive. No matter where we go in America, we just thought America was just a big no-go. But it seems it's actually going to America is about the same price. It's about the same price as us going to Spain. We've spent, the money we've paid out for going to Spain, with accommodation, flights, and of course the spending money as well. It works out only maybe about a couple £100 more to go to America. And even though this is going to be a bit of a controversial thing of me talking about this, because also I just want to, if there's anyone that watches me that happens to live in America, I do not mean any disrespect when I say this, or what I'm about to say anyway, but mentioning America at the moment is a bit controversial, because a lot of people's thought process on the president, and certain things that's happening, a lot of people are not happy. Now, I don't really go into politics, or I don't really go into political stuff at all when it comes to YouTube or in general. I'm just not interested, even though I am aware of what's going on, and I don't agree with what's going on. But at the same time, I just don't bring politics into what I do on YouTube. So yeah, with that said, I've always wanted to go to America. I've always wanted to mainly go to like the main places people really think about when it goes to America, when it goes to a holiday, is either LA, Florida, Orlando, Washington, New York, etc. You know, them kind of places. Now, of course, those areas, even though it is possible for us to get there, it's just we would need a lot more spending money, because obviously places like New York and such, they are much more of a tourist trap, and of course a lot of businesses and a lot of places put the prices up because of that. So with that said, we have decided to go to South America, more south area, and we are going to be checking out two different destinations, mainly cities. We are going to be staying in two different cities. We are going for 2 weeks. We're looking at going 2 weeks. We was originally going to do one destination for the full 2 weeks. But when we went to the travel agents, she told the woman there, she said that there's not actually that much to do in one of the destinations for that will sustain a 2 week stay. Hence why she suggested something different, and it actually kind of works out not that bad at all. It actually still works out relatively quite cheap, which really surprised us. So we are going to be going to Atlanta, which is in Georgia. Atlanta is a place I have heard of. Of course, I've heard of majority of different cities and states of America, of course, but I never really thought of it as a holiday destination. I've always wanted to go more, again, like New York or Florida, or, you know, check out Disneyland or Disney World or whatever, or Magic Kingdom or whatever. I've always wanted to do that kind of thing in America, but yeah, it's a wild card. We don't know what to expect when we're there. We don't really know what's going to be on the cards when we're there. But we are quite interested and quite intrigued and pretty excited. Well, I am anyway, and Smithy definitely is. It's like I said, it's a wild card. It's one of them things. But what we're going to be doing, like I said, we're going for 2 weeks. So we're looking at maybe doing week one, flying to Atlanta, which is the city, obviously the city there, and we're going to be checking it out for a week, because apparently, even though there is a lot to do there is a lot to do, but we would, if we were there for 2 weeks, we'd probably have seen a majority of everything they have that place has to offer within that week, within like maybe 1 week, and we would be probably getting quite bored pretty quickly. So that's what basically the travel agent said. That was what the travel agent said anyway. Even though there is a lot to do, but we'd end up probably having to, doing everything again twice over, because, it's just the way it is. So, but obviously, like, we've never been there before, so we didn't really understand that. We didn't realise it wasn't as big. That's the thing. Atlanta isn't a massive city. It's quite a small city compared to other parts of America. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to be going to Atlanta first off. But it's looking like we're going to start everything off in a more of a chilled out way. And then we are going to be going and staying in... I keep forgetting the bloody name of it. Right, so yeah, we are going to be checking out Nashville for the second week of the holiday. So 1 week in Atlanta, and then the second week in Nashville. Now, I am not a big country music fan, and Nashville is seen as one of the big influences of that type of music. However, I do like Johnny Cash. I do like a bit of Johnny Cash, and even though I've been brought up on a lot of different genres of music throughout me being born, basically. My dad likes a bit of country music. My dad likes his very moody type of music. He likes gospel music. He likes his 60s, 70s, and mostly 60s and 70s is my dad's kind of eras. And obviously I got introduced to a lot of different stuff through my mum as well, because obviously she was a 60s baby, as well as my dad grew up for the 60s. So you know, I've got a lot of different tastes of different genres of music, but despite the fact that it's mostly country in Nashville, that kind of style, but it's still, there's still like the essence of rock music as well. But I think it would work out quite nice for us because it seems to have a really cool vibe, kind of a very party centric vibe that we like. So well, yeah, obviously it's a different culture as well. Even you got Atlanta, and then Atlanta, Georgia, and then we've got Nashville to look forward to for the second and last week of the holiday, and then we fly home from the airport in Nashville. Um, yeah, so we're going for 2 weeks, and we're going in September. We haven't booked it yet. We are definitely going to be booking it though, but we haven't booked it just yet. We originally went to the travel agent to basically get an idea of prices because we were basically going by what it said on the internet. And so this was just basically just a suggestion really because to get more, you're going all that way, all that distance to America, it doesn't make sense to really just stick to one area. So they suggested this to basically break the holiday up 1 week in one place and another week in another place. And apparently Nashville isn't very far away. Um, Apparently Nashville is something like, I don't know, I think it's maybe like an hour or two, something like that on a coach or on a bus or whatever. So it's not very far at all, to get there. So we don't have to kind of get like another little flight to get to Nashville from Atlanta. We could just travel there by road, basically. And apparently it's not that bad price to get there, by road. So that is what we're going to do. We're basically just going to kind of get there, get to Atlanta. We're gonna get a hotel in Atlanta, of course, stay there for the whole week. We're gonna have that as like home base for that week, and then we're gonna travel to Nashville. Got another hotel in Nashville, and then fly home from Nashville. Instead of coming all the way back to Atlanta to fly home, we're going to be flying home from their airport. So yeah, what's interesting as well is we wanted to get a direct flight. Now we are flying direct going, but coming home, in order to make it work out, we are going to be basically staying over. We have to basically do a stayover in New York. So basically, we are flying from looking at flying from Heathrow in London. So we're flying to Atlanta from Heathrow. Coming home, we are flying from Nashville. Then we're stopping off at JFK Airport. Apparently, it's only going to be like a stopgap for about an hour or so, and then get another connecting flight, and then we are from JFK to Manchester Airport, and then travelling home from Manchester. It's just how it works. Apparently, we did consider flying from Manchester to Atlanta as well, which we could have done, but the flights were a lot more expensive than they were from Heathrow for some reason. So we went for Heathrow going, and then coming back, we are going to be flying to Manchester Airport, coming home, because it just works out cheaper somehow doing it that way. But yeah, so I just wanted to just make the vlog and just let people know that's possibly the plan for September. We've yet to actually book it, but we're looking at booking that within the next week or so. We're currently saving up for it. We're currently saving up to pay the deposit. We're going to try and pay as much as we can as a deposit, and then we pay the rest. I think it's in June, July. I think the rest of the invoice or the rest of what is required. So we're basically just going to try and save as much as we can in the meantime, pay the deposit, and then just carry on as that. I will be doing TF Nation as well still in August. I'm going to be saving up for that separately. I mean, like I say, I did it last year. Last year I had two things on simultaneously that I had to save for. One thing was obviously Benalmádena, Spain, which was again I think September last year. And then I had TF Nation just before. So, but yeah, I also had another convention. Yeah, I had another convention last year as well. So I can do it. So technically, I saved up for three things last year that were relatively quite well. One of the conventions was actually was after. I think it was after. Was it? Yeah, it was. It was October. I think it was. I think it was October. Yeah, it was. It was October. So one of the conventions I went to, with. I went to Nottingham for a little convention with Sam and Lawrence, my good friend Sam and Lawrence, um, in Nottingham. So we went to that as well last year. So I had two conventions and an abroad holiday. People are probably going to be watching this and commenting, thinking, "Bloody hell, you must have some money." And I don't. Honestly, I don't. I'm an average person that is earning relatively just what majority of people earn obviously I get paid weekly. I don't get paid monthly. I get paid weekly. But irrespective of that, I'm not earning that much more money than majority of people out there that are working. But obviously, it's one of them things. If you're determined to do stuff and you would like to do something, travel and things like that, you just have to put your mind to it. And I can, if I put my mind to it, I can do it. It's one of them things. There's been times where I've been out of work in the past and I've still managed to save for stuff and and things like that. And yeah, it's going to be an eye-opening experience for one. I mean, like I said, the reason why I started this vlog, this conversation, should I say, saying a bit of a controversial thing about going to America. I know I started off like that because I just wanted to just make it clear that I understand what's going on, and there is a lot of, even though there's a lot of there's a lot of conversation going on about what's going on in the news and what the decisions that's been made and the stuff that's coming out of Trump's mouth, basically. And there's a lot of people that are not very happy, even in America as well as outside of America. Yeah, I understand what's going on. I know what's been said. I don't agree with it at all, like I said. It's just, unfortunately, you have to live your life. You have to live your life. I mean, I've always wanted to go to America. I've always wanted to check out America. And we're going to be technically ticking off two destinations in America on one holiday, which is cool. I mean, like I said, there's probably going to be other opportunities to check out other places relatively nearby. Whatever kind of neighbours Atlanta, and also same with Nashville. So, we'll probably might be able to do the odd excursion area over the time that we're away to maybe somewhere else as well. But until we get there and we understand where we are and, kind of get our bearings of where we are, then we can kind of make a plan and go from there. That's basically how we do it. When we go on holiday, it's basically we don't really, most of the places we've never been to or before, but that's all part of the interest. That's all part of the fun. That's what I think. It's just that's what's part of the fun, is that you go there completely, not really completely understanding what to expect. I mean, I have done a little bit of a YouTube thing kind of like checking out travel videos that people have done in Atlanta as well as Nashville, and from what people have shown, it does seem like they are pretty cool. Pretty chilled and pretty cool places to check out. um, I mean, I understand obviously. You know, yeah, there has to be there has to be some kind of degree of caution because it is America, of course. But I think we'll be all right. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll work out okay. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to share that. I just wanted to update people that it's looking like me and my good bud Smithy, we are going to be doing America, a complete wild card. Never thought we would be able to afford to do that this year, and it's looking like we are definitely going to be able to do so. And we are going to be covering Atlanta, Georgia area, obviously Atlanta, which is a city, but we're going to be looking at that area for 1 week, and then traveling to Nashville for the second week, and check out that area as well. Even though it's two cities, it's not like we're going for like we're traveling to different states in America, but we are, what I mean. But yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. I'm very much looking forward to it. I know I might get some comments saying that I don't know how you can go to that country at this moment in time because of what's going on in the news and everything. But end of the day, you have to be able to live your life. I've always wanted to do America. I've always wanted to go to America, travel as much of it as I can. I've never had I've always wanted to do it. I've never been able to afford it, and yeah, it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be really interesting, and it's definitely a change from going to Spain. But like I say, I'm intrigued. I would like to check out an NFL game. Smithy actually mentioned that. Actually, I was surprised because Smithy's he doesn't like sport. He's not a big fan of sport, like football and all that kind of thing. But I do like NFL. I have checked out some matches. I've watched a couple Super Bowls and things like that, and I would like to check out a game. And also, I wouldn't mind maybe checking out another type of sport game over there. I don't know about baseball, but I would like to check out either basketball or something like that, or even hockey, ice hockey. I used to go to ice hockey matches. Obviously, here in Hull, we have a professional hockey team, ice hockey team. I don't know what name they go by. They used to go by Hull Stingrays. They were called Hull Stingrays, but I don't know if they've changed the name or whatever now. But yeah, so yeah, basically, when I was a bit younger, I used to go with my mom because she got into it as well. I used to go with her and watched a few home matches and that when they were, ice hockey games. And I went with my cousin a couple of times as well. Yeah, but yeah, whatever floats our boat, whatever we'd like to, check out while we're there. I mean, I would like to check out maybe like I say, an ice hockey game, or an NFL game, football game, whatever floats our boat while we're there, whatever takes our fancy. But yeah. Well, that's basically what this vlog's about. I just wanted to update people and let you know that's looking like what the plan is. I will be doing some kind of a travel vlog experience for that. Like I say, like I've done for Benamadna and Salou and all that. I will be kind of covering it in some shape or form. Of course, I'm not going to be whipping the camera out at all times. I'm just going to kind of like, if we go for an excursion, out somewhere, or just kind of like showing the local area where we are, a little bit of the hotel, things of that nature, I will probably show and let people know, what we got up to some kind of degree. But end of the day, it is a holiday. I don't want to be, always in front of in front or behind the camera all the time, because it's a holiday. You want to be able, But I will be doing some kind of travel vloggy thing for it. So yeah, that's coming up potentially in September. I've got the days off from work acquired. So yeah, all we need to do now is book it. So yeah, but I will update you further once I'll let you know when we've booked it, and yeah. But like I said, I'll be doing TFN. Like I said, I'll be doing TF Nation in August. I don't know what else is happening throughout the year. Nothing is concrete yet, except for TF Nation and September going to America. Yeah. So they're the only two things at the moment that are concrete. Something else might crop up in the meantime. I don't know. We'll just wait and see. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.